Kasey Kahne with Crash Gladys and Kenny Sargent of Speed Freaks on Live 105.3 and Texas Motor Speedway. You've done all right here in the past. There are some races that you might want to forget, but with Budweiser on the side of your car, we've talked about this a number of times. This is the first year that you've stepped in the Budweiser fire suit. Now, as we wrap up the championship, as we wrap up the series with 2 more races to go from Texas, what's been the experience with Budweiser now? Because that is the end all be all in sponsorships.
It's been good as far as just the appearances have been a lot of fun. It's a different deal. We go there later at night, obviously, because we do things at bars and at just fun events. Whether it's Q&A with the fans or serving Budweisers at a bar, that kind of thing. We've kind of done it all this year, so I've enjoyed it. It's been fun. The good thing about when you're working with Budweiser, everybody's always excited, and I think that's because they're drinking, but they're always excited. So it's fun. It's a good atmosphere.
So can you tell us a little bit about this thing you had going on with Brandon Bernstein in Vegas a couple days ago? I'm hearing you guys are becoming good friends. Yeah,
Brandon's a great guy. We've done a few things together this year with Bud, and then last week we did a deal in Vegas. But I got out there a day early to make sure that we could go out on Wednesday night. And there was a group of probably about 10 of us, 10 or 15, maybe more. Ended up with a few of the NHRA guys, and J.R. Todd and Antron. We had and Brandon.
I already know what the night was like.
Yeah, there was a few. It was a good time. We had a blast, and it was a long night, but that was a good time. Then we had our Bud one night stand the next night, and then had to got here about 3 a.m. on Friday morning.
Kasey Kahne joins us, Crash Gladys, Kenny Sargent of Speed Freaks on Live 105.3, and I'm talking about Budweiser. Of course, you were hanging with the NHRA guys, and you've done your time here with Budweiser this year. Who parties more, drag racers or NASCAR guys?
I don't know. It's I would say there's.
Is that a loaded question?
That's a loaded question because there's, I like to have a couple beers, pretty often. But as far as partying hard, I don't do that a whole bunch, but Brandon's been with me probably as much as I've done it this year. So I don't know if I think we're about the same boat. He's getting ready to get married, so it's pretty cool. But we've had fun, and they definitely can party.
Were you a part of that big Hooters selection thing down in Florida a couple months ago?
No, I wasn't. I was supposed to be initially, and then something happened, and scheduling, not my schedule. I don't know what it was. It wasn't my scheduling, but something happened, and that ended up not being one of the Bud appearances.
Kahne, this is Hooters Hawaiian Tropic Girls on stage.
It wasn't my fault. It just happened that way.
How can you scrap all of your other appearances, dude, and you hop in your G5 and get down there to judge these Hooters chicks?
Yeah, I've heard it's fun. Dale Jr. told me how good of a time he had doing it, anyways. So, but yeah, that'll probably be on the list next year of something to do.
And we haven't asked you this of all the 460 things we have asked you, Kasey Kahne. You did replace Dale Jr., and now a year later, how has that been from your standpoint? You feel like you've lived up to what the guy established for 8-9 years running the Budweiser colors prior to you?
I think I don't know if we've lived up to it or not. We've done a decent job. We've won 3 races, and there was years where they didn't win that many, and there was years where they won more than that. So I think we've done a pretty decent job for our first year. Definitely not good enough by no means. We need to step it up as far as 2009 and 2010 to make sure we do a better job than what we did this year.
And you talk about sponsorship. You're a team owner with the sprint and the midget teams, and now for 2009 with the economy being so tough. This is tough times for team owners. What's the future look like for Kasey Kahne Racing for 2009 and beyond?
Yeah, I think it's tough for everybody, and definitely the racing world is getting hit by it also now. And I would say, we have 2 outlaw teams next year that are going to be, Craig Delansky and Joey Saldana, which we've been working hard to make sure that those teams do a better job than what our teams did this year. And then as far as the USAC goes, I want to keep doing it for sure, but it's difficult. So we'll just have to see what happens. I think Brady Bacon and Brad Sweet are both awesome little drivers, and they have a ton of potential. So I got to figure out how to make it happen. I don't want to give up on those guys for sure.
Would Budweiser be one of the partners maybe to come on over and give you a little extra?
Well, they're full time on Joey's car next year on Outlaw cars, so I mean that's
Good.
That's more than I could ask for as far as they go, and so that's a great thing for all of us. But the USAC stuff's what I'm most worried about, and how we're gonna fund that and make sure it's on the track every race.
And so, based on our TV show a couple of weeks ago, what year can we expect you to be in the Indy 500? Because me and Joey were ganging up on you. We got to get you in that race.
Yeah, I don't know. I've, if there was still people, like Robbie Gordon doing it and Tony Stewart, where it was fairly easy to do it. It wasn't easy by no means, but it was easier than it is now.
Yeah.
You can barely. I don't even think you could do it right now with the way the times are. So, if something happened again and people started doing it, or those two guys maybe tried it again, I would definitely love to go around that track in an IndyCar and just see how we did. But I don't know when that'll be. That could never happen, I guess.
At least not the way things are now.
Right.
It could in the future.
Kasey Kahne joins us. Crash Gladys, Kenny Sargent, Speed Freaks on Live 105.3. Texas Motor Speedway. It can bite you in the ass or it can be your favorite. Kasey Kahne at TMS, what's your take?
We've had great races here, and we've had some, I think I've crashed a couple times, but 2 or 3 of the times have been engine problems, and we've never had, we hardly ever have engine problems at Gillette Evernham, and 2 or 3 of the, say, 5 over 5 years racing for Jim, I think have been here. So I mean, those are bad finishes, but we've won. We run second. We've won Busch race here, so I mean we've been pretty decent. Had some poles.
So is there? I don't know how the hell we're going to do on Sunday. Is that the comment?
I know exactly how we're going to do. I just don't want to talk about it right now.
Hey, look, we had Josh Wise. I know Josh Wise called out. He's going to get it. He's going to get an 8 spot today in the nationwide race. He told him what he was going to finish.
You said pick a number.
Oh, what?
He picked a number where he's going to finish today.
Oh,
Where is
okay.
Kasey Kahne going to finish on Sunday?
I didn't even know Josh Wise was racing.
He's running for Michael Waltrip.
Oh, okay. Where am I going to finish?
Yes.
28. Right where I qualified. I say I finished in the same spot.
I bet he finishes higher.
And he'll still get $17 million finishing 28.
17? That'd be nice. We'd be racing USAC next year for sure. If we could do that in one night.
Kasey, again, thanks for coming to the Freak Nation.
All right, thanks.